my life, I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life, 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that won't get lost, like a coin that won't get lost, rolling home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm alone like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh man, look in my eyes and you can tell that's true.
Now please welcome to the ice for their pregame warm-up, presented by Scott Credit Union. Your St.
Blue Note Hockey Fan Report! Aloha and mahalo and welcome to the show. I am Guy, the Y Blues fan, and joining me as always is the lovely, the beautiful, and the much more talented than I am, Ashley Slapshot Jones.
That was some bullshit.
What bullshit?
I am not more talented than you, my friend.
Oh, yes, you are, and you know that. Oh, my goodness. What do we got in the chat room today? We got Ryan Green. Tell me I'm not the only one pissed about the ads on the jersey. You know, I wrote an article 2 years ago about this, right? When they did the helmet, and I was originally against it. I don't mind the Stifel.
I don't either.
I think it's done tastefully.
I agree. It's done tastefully. And I mean, when you look at it, soccer players and basketball players, they all have the advertisements on their jersey. It was a matter of time. And if this helps grow, the NHL, I'm all right with it.
I don't mind. I don't want us to become European soccer.
Yeah.
Right? European soccer, you don't know what team's playing. You know what corporation's playing. You don't know what team's playing, right? Mm-hmm. And there's nothing with the what do you call it? City or who the team is, right? Like Manchester United. You look at their jerseys, and unless you're a fan of you don't know you don't know that's Manchester United, right? There's nothing that says it. That there's no emblem. There's nothing that connects you to that. However, hockey or American sports, the emblem is much more connected than an ad or we're not the Taco Bell Blues,
Yeah.
Or the Lion's Choice Blues, or something like that. So I don't mind. Stifely is nuts. And basically what this is a revenue stream. For the next 5 years, the Blues are going to get some revenue. Stifel's going to get their name on it. That's great. Right? It'll be right here. It's not, and it's a name.
Yeah. It's not a picture.
Say again?
It's not a picture. It's a name. Yeah. It's not going to be as distracting.
Yeah. Had it been an emblem like Enterprise's emblem or something like that, or Lion's Choice's emblem or something I think I would have been.
You got Lion's Choice on the brain, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I just had an Arby's. What do you call it, Reuben?
Yeah,
I got it yesterday. I didn't eat it yesterday. I ate it today. Um, are we both laughing at the same one?
Yes,
Yeah,
we are. Hi, Tom. Please come on the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Please come on the show. Had a little bit of an interesting, nice thing happen yesterday.
Oh,
Right. I don't know if I should say it or not. I mean, but after the show yesterday, I was moving my car and I got a Twitter notification.
yeah.
And it kind of like shocked me a little bit. It's like, huh? What? And then I looked at it again, and 590 The Fan liked our podcast yesterday. That was kind of cool. I kind of appreciate
cool.
that. I sent him a tweet and said, hey, what's a guy got to do to get on one of your shows? But, you know, that is that. And yes, you guys have got it. You guys are doing the same thing I'm doing. You're watching the game. Flames are up 1-0 on Minnesota, but Minnesota is the comeback kids. So until it's 4-0 or 5-0 with 5 minutes to go in the third, I'm not holding my breath. Right? I'm not
Oh,
holding
we
my
adore
breath.
you too, Tilo.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. They have the crest on the left chest. It's not a crest, right?
It's just the name.
No, well, it's on the right-hand side, right?
No, it's on the left.
I think it's on the right.
I'm pretty sure it was
Looking
the
at
left.
looking at the jersey, because you got the note here. I'm pretty sure it's on this side. I don't think they want it here. I think it's on this side.
Hello, Musk.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. You know, hey, if you want to spend 44 million on the Blue Note fan report, you don't have to spend 44 million to get me going. Great dude, please send it away.
We take 44,000, man.
Yeah. He says no, European soccer teams. Yeah. The European soccer team. Oh, they have a crest. Okay. I didn't know that. I'm glad you. What? What do you want? What do you want?
She's just Elon Musk. She doesn't fully comprehend that we have someone that changes their name.
Yes. Oh wow, that was scary.
That was scary. Hi, Lance.
Let me try that again. Okay, are you? No, that's still scary. Are you ready or not?
I guess I am.
I first brought you on, man. You were like all face. It was all your nose, man. That's all we saw was Lance's nose.
I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. Yeah, I was talking, Lance, about the neat little thing that 590 The Fan did yesterday. I kind of appreciated that.
And we have a nice visitor who, apparently heard us say Twitter.
Yep. Hey, you can spend 44 billion on Twitter. You can spend $1 million on the Blue Note fan report.
Yeah.
Just put that money in my pocket. Let me figure things out from there and be the silent partner I need. Not going to happen, but.
Did I miss?
Ooh, I could quit working then, right? This would be my job.
Did I miss the jersey ad thing? Did you guys talk about that?
We were talking about that.
We were talking about it a little bit.
People think that it's not going to get as bad as Europe. Trust me. If you let them put one ad on, it's not going to stop. And it's not. Trust me. Millionaires start seeing money. They're not going to stop giving out sponsorships. Within 10 years, there's going to be ads all over the place. I mean,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I do because, and here's another thing. Those ads are going to be on jerseys eventually that you buy. Are you going to buy a jersey with an ad on it? I'm not advertising for anybody for free.
Well, you're not advertising for free. You're paying for the jersey.
No,
you're actually paying them to advertise.
I know. I'm not getting a jersey that says it's Stifel Nicholas on it or Stifel. I refuse to do that. Guy, I know millionaires. Once they get something that makes them a little bit of money, they keep going and going and going. I know John Fanning that started Napster with Sean Fanning, his cousin. I know those guys. I've met Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. These guys, if there's some way for them to make money, I don't care how bad it is or what it looks like, they're going to do it. There will be 10 to 15 ads on the jerseys by the time.
Well, hold on.
Tom Stillman's agreeing with Lance here.
Yeah,
he will not stop.
Well, first of all,
hold you, Tom.
Let's say hello, Gina Lee.
Hi,
welcome
Gina.
to the show. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. I'm joined by Ashley Slapshot Jones, my normal co-host, and then Lance the Scott from the Drop is dropping in. Lance went through some. went through some medical stuff, and until he gets his show back up, he's been joining us, and we just want to say thank you so much for joining our show, and we appreciate that very greatly.
And we love all hockey fans, not
Oh,
just
yeah.
Blues fans, so welcome.
Yeah. We call it the Hockey Fan Report too. You know, it's not just that. Well, here's the one thing, Lance, that I do say. Right now, you know what, Nicholas? Nolan, let me know you a little better and know some more about you, and then maybe I can. I'm a little questionable about bringing somebody on from YouTube unless I know them a little bit.
Are there Tom Stillman, Vladimir
Yeah.
Tarasenko? I think
Yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite was Marco Scandelli yesterday.
But Nolan, it's something we can work out. It's something we can possibly work out. You just got to let me know you a little bit better, bud. Let's see, where am I at? Okay, the ads. Right now, the NHL has said you can only put them right here, right on the right hand side, and basically it can only be a name. It has to be, and it's got limits. I like that. Okay, will it advance from there? I honestly don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't.
How do you feel about NASCAR cars? Because I have a feeling that's what a jersey is going to look like soon.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
Go back 20 years ago and look at the jerseys in Europe. They weren't like this. They had an ad or two on there, but they weren't like this. I know a guy that's got a Belfast Giants jersey from the 80s or 90s. I don't know which it is. And I think it has one ad on it. And hey, you know, I keep seeing all these people, oh, it's just business. It's no big deal. Even if they look all this, I'll still go to the game. I'm going to tell you right now, the diehard fans, the ones that have been fans for 20, 30, 40 years, the ones that have supported a team when they haven't went to the playoffs, those are the ones that have a problem with it. The ones that are new fans, and I love you new fans, and those ones that are just fly-by-night fans, the ones that are just, you know, casual fans, which there are some, and that's great. But those are the ones that have no problem with it. I'm wrong.
So now am I a casual fly-by-night fan?
Apparently I am too. I mean, I know that it's going to go to the NASCAR, like, looking.
I don't think it
but
is.
I'm not really that upset about it because as long as it brings in revenue and grows the sport, I'm happy.
Okay, I got a question.
It has one chance. It has a chance of doing one thing. And the thing that I hope it has a chance of doing is lowering ticket prices.
Guy, the only way the Blues will lower their ticket prices is if they don't go to the playoffs for 3 or 4 years. It's not okay. Stillman already spends up to the cap. This money he makes from Stifel with that little tag, he can't spend any more than up to the cap. He already does that. That's not. I saw Rutherford's article and it said that's doing it to help them keep a competitive team. Blah blah blah, so on and so forth. He already spends that much. It's not like
however, the Blues operate at a deficit unless they go deep in the playoffs. Money like that will help them not operate at a deficit.
Guy, it ain't going to make that big of a difference. Most NHL teams operate at a deficit, and they have for years. Sports teams, very few of them, unless you're the Dallas Cowboys, Washington Redskins, Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings, those ingrained franchises, those sports businesses. If a millionaire buys a sports business and expects to make a bunch of money, he's an idiot, because very few sports businesses rake in the money. They just don't, because it's kind of a, I mean, Guy, I hope you're right. I really do.
The money is in the value of the team, and they know that, right? The money, oh my God.
Hi,
good.
Gary.
How he's able to swap his account so quickly. I don't know how he does that.
Hey, Gary,
I really don't.
Gary, you can kiss my big butt until you get a team up in Canada and in Quebec.
All right.
Hey, real quick, people. My head is not this big. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. I look like a melon head.
I never spelled
his head
name
is
wrong.
No, he was talking about Tom Stillman up here misspelling his name.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, this guy is good. I got to give it.
I will always call them the Redskins. Sorry, I'm part Indian. I have Indian relatives. They could care less about the name the Redskins. Thank you.
As he steps down from his soapbox.
Lance is chippy today.
I love a chippy Lance. This is going to be so much fun.
E spot. Right?
What is wrong with my camera? It just went stupid.
It
There,
just
yeah,
went
you're a
blurry.
little fuzzy.
There it goes.
Yeah, it's not. You're a little out of focus. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Look, this is a good discussion, and it is. And one thing that I do want to see, first of all, the name on the front is much more important than the name on the back, and we've always said that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that note, the note, and I don't have one like. Oh, that hurt. I just hit myself in the face with the hanger.
There she is. Let's go Blues.
Right?
She can't
Let's
hear
keep
you.
the note, the most important part of this, right? And that's how I feel, and that's what I believe. And as long as they do that, I don't mind the other things that they do.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Say it. Say let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Hi.
Hi. Can you say let's go Blues?
She's done.
She's done. We got a
But she
hi
did
out
tell
of her.
you hi.
Yeah, she did say
Yeah.
hi. That's
We
a
got
lot
a hi
for
out of
her.
her.
That's a lot for
Mhm.
her. Hey, Guy, you know what? If it was on the arm and they only had one ad, I wouldn't mind it. But it's going to be right above the BlueNote. I don't like
No,
that.
it's not. It's in the corner.
Yeah, right above
Right
it in
over
the
here in the
corner,
corner.
right there.
No, I mean, it's not directly above the blue
No,
note. It's over in the
It's,
side.
But
it's
it's-
on the left.
Every time you look at that BlueNote,
Are
which
you
I
sure it's
love.
on the left?
Yes. Yep. If I'm wearing the jersey, actually, if I'm wearing the jersey, it's on my right.
Yeah, it's on the right.
Yeah, it's
on
right
the-
above, right
it's
above the logo, towards the underarm pit where it's going to stink. But
Yeah.
anyway, I like the point you just made. It's a beautiful point, as long as it doesn't take away from the logo on the front. But with
Yeah.
that right there, we're going to see it every time we look at that beautiful
But
logo.
we're going to see it on the helmets too, because Stifel, or is it Stifel or Stifley?
It's Stifel Nicholas.
Stifel, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stifel also has it on the helmet, and Stifel also sponsors the theater that used to be Kiel Center.
I didn't. Hey, I didn't mind it on the helmet. The helmet was fine. Who is this dude? Who is this?
Oh my god.
This guy needs a pat on the back.
I mean, I would totally take this guy on the show any day.
Guy, are you trolling yourself? Uh-oh.
They even got my damn
Yeah. Picture
picture.
of the Kachucks.
They even got my what the F is this?
It's phenomenal. I
It
love
is.
this person.
It's awesome.
Wow. Matlow says the Stifley stitching isn't that bad. When they said a year or two ago that they were going to put ads on jerseys, I was thinking McDonald's, Arches, or like
It's
European
coming.
hockey. And that's where I was too.
It's coming.
Oh my god.
I know that's not Guy. What is wrong with my camera? I'm going to get it in and out here. I don't know.
I can't even speak.
Okay, whoever you are, you need to message me and let me know. Because this is, I got to know who the fuck you are. I really do.
I'm curious. Is this
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm very happy that we got a hello out of her or a hi. That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. No. Layla is a great little girl. We've
That's
actually, well,
Leia.
hold on, Gina. I got something for you. Gina, I have something for you. Here you go.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
That was for you, Gina. She has been a very fun part of this show, and we really appreciate her.
She's nonverbal, but she gets some words in occasionally.
Hey, Guy, you do know who that is, don't you? That did the
No,
Guy
I don't.
dancing one, right? I
No.
do. I know. They just messaged me and told me.
Who is it?
I don't know if he wants me to say or not.
Is it Morton? Oh, it's Morton.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, it's Morton. See, that's how I knew it. I mean, I didn't even need to think about it. Oh my God, Gina, you have caught the show on a bad day.
Well, at least Leia came over and said hi.
Yeah, you know.
That is the highlight of the show, and I sincerely am saying
Shockey,
that.
I hope you were the Blue Note Fan Report's voice today, and you told a bunch of those guys about the show, but I'm guessing you didn't. You forgot all about it because you were so starstruck, right?
He probably peed his pants.
Yeah, probably. Hey, Wendy. Thank you and your Blackhawks for helping eliminate the Knights.
Thank you.
The he's
I mean, that's something I would say.
He's doing a great job. I believe you. Oh my goodness, Gina, you caught us on a day when there's a reason everybody's doing this, and it's the 800-pound elephant in the room, and nobody wants to talk about it, but I will. I've talked about before that I had applied for a internship with the Writers Guild. I was really happy. I felt like I was going to get it. Well, today I got rejected. So, and I'm down in the dumps about it. I'm depressed about it, and it's obvious. And everybody's trying to lift me up, and I greatly, greatly appreciate that. And this one I love.
I would not say that.
Oh my goodness! Look at this. He did. Well, I hope you passed the card out with my number on it. So they got it. It was fun playing spoiler on someone's season. Yeah, it was. By the way, Wendy, I was ready to come on if you wanted me to, but you didn't send the link. So I hope nothing's wrong. I hope there was no reason that there was some reason you didn't send it, but or something like that. So I hope not. But I'm always ready for you, Wendy. If you need me, you just got to ask, my friend. You just got to ask.
Hey, Guy.
Yes, sir.
I know I gave you some good advice early. Just don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. But I'm going to tell you one more thing like I tell my son when something goes wrong where he works. Here's what you do with it. Throw it out in front of your car, run over it, put it in reverse, back over it, put it in drive, run over it to where it's nowhere around. It's not even in your mind.
I wish I could do that. I really do. It's just the total. It's a straw. And it's one of the big straws.
Try again next year. Try in 6 months.
It's Ryan Green?
Try in 6 months.
Actually, this whole time it's been Ryan Green. Oh my goodness! I want to know how he did the pictures in that. How
because he's friends with all of us.
Well, Bobby Morton said that it was he's the one that did the Guy Benson one.
Okay, I don't know, man.
Maybe they're all in cahoots and they're working on it together.
I mean, yeah.
Dustin Brown announcing he's retiring after this year's playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's about time for him.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Gina.
Gina says, sorry you got rejected. I'm friends with freelance journalists, but it's truly up to the employers, editors themselves. Don't be too hard on yourselves. Yeah, this was something that the Writers Guild did for a veteran program. My biggest issue with it was the form letter they send out.
Yeah.
Right? And the form letter they send out says, don't think that this isn't because you weren't good enough. Well, you know what? If you're going to send something out like that, you need to send individual feedback so they know why they weren't chosen.
Hey, Guy.
When you send it as a form letter, it absolutely says you weren't good enough.
It's kind of like we talked about last night when somebody says, it's nothing personal, but it's personal.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it's got that same feel to it, So that's why I have the issues with it. Yeah, but I thought on YouTube you can only change your name of your channel like once every.
It's so often, yeah,
every so often, and it seems like you guys are changing them regularly. So I wonder if there's a program that allows you to do something or something like that.
Yeah, it's a little weird for you to be a female, aka myself.
Yeah. So I'm glad. No, I haven't seen any light on Baruby. The only light I've seen on him is the light that makes me go.
Hey, I've got a good podcast coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about Kairu, Berube, the goaltending situation. And if people like to see me get worked up a little bit, I'm not yelling like some people do, but I get very passionate, and it's good to be back and have a show that I can put out. So everybody kind of look forward to that. I'll put it out on Twitter tomorrow.
I'll be looking forward.
We look forward. Put it out in the Blue Note fan report or the Hawaii STL Blues fan clan group on Facebook. Put it out.
I'm not going to get kicked out like I did in all the other ones I tried to do that with.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'll kick Guy out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to kick you. Yeah. The Blues should sign Dustin Brown. Lance, always support old has-beens being brought in by the Blues.
Yeah,
They
that's
haven't
me.
done that for a while. Right? I think the last one that I can think of that they brought in was, well, I guess you can say they brought in James Neal, but that was a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That was an absolute Band-Aid. That was a necessary Band-Aid. But
That was
actually,
if this happens, we need this. That's all that was.
to actually say they brought in like a major Band-Aid, or something like that. I think I think of the guy that they brought in for a couple of years.
Paul Correa?
Huh?
Paul Correa?
No, not Korea. Korea would definitely be one of those, but they brought this guy in and I can't think of his name. He's on Twitter. I've tried to get him on the show. He was on the Blues for about 2 or 3 years. Older guy. He ended up going, he came in as a PTO twice.
Mm-hmm.
Came in as a PTO, got signed for a
Scotty
year,
Upshaw?
2 years. Huh?
Scotty Upshaw?
Scotty Upshaw.
Yeah.
Right? That was the one. So I think Upshaw was really the last one that they did it with.
Guy,
Right.
I still get people emailing me saying the Blues need Scotty Upshaw to come out of retirement. I mean, he's gonna be in the nursing home and people are gonna be standing outside his room begging him to come out of retirement.
Well, Ryan, it was funny, man. It was really
It
funny.
really made my day, buddy.
Right? It was really funny between you and Robert Morton both.
And the
going in and doing
Scandella
that.
from yesterday was still.
Yeah, it was really, I'll be honest, I needed it, right? I needed a good laugh. I needed something to cheer me up a little bit. And I need to get back into writing. I really do. And I don't know why I've allowed so many things to stop me from writing. It's the problem with writing is very results oriented, right? And to say it's not, it is an absolute, you're lying to everybody, including yourself, right? To say that you only write for yourself, that's a bold-faced lie. Because if you only wrote for yourself, you would never publish anything, right? You don't write for yourself. You write for your readers. And when you do write and you get very little response or heavy negative response, it affects you, and that has a lot to do with it. NS Blackhawks, thank you for showing up. We appreciate that. Welcome to the show. I know you're coming because of Wendy. Wendy's actually become a really good friend of the show, right? Wendy's become a really, really good friend. We greatly appreciate what he does for us on a daily basis. When we need a good friend, he's there, and I appreciate what he does. And how much he's trying to help us, at the same time helping himself. So I really do appreciate that, right? I don't think, and I say this with so much love, I don't think Wendy would ever be one of those guys that would use me and abuse me, right? And drop me like a hot rocket, like a couple other people have.
I was just going to say, are you speaking from experience? Because I know you are.
Yeah, heavily.
Yeah.
Actually, heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
didn't I warn you about that guy?
You did, and I have to take everything at face value.
Yeah, well,
to
it's like I told you at the time, don't trust certain people, but I love the fact that you were putting yourself out there and trusting people. I mean, you've got to do it sometime.
Ooh, that's a little early, I think. I think that's early. I don't like retiring a number after a guy retires. I don't like that at all.
Do it next season, a couple years down the road.
5 years. I think it should be 5 years. I really do. I think it should be 5 years. And also you should look at, before you go and retire somebody's number, look and see who, because what you do something when you retire a number that you don't, that I think people don't understand. Like Dustin Brown, kids that he influenced are just now coming in the league. How great would it be to see one of their young guys wearing that number for a couple of years to build that resume up with that on its back? That's something neat. I think somebody wore 16 after Hall, didn't they?
No.
No,
I
no
don't
one wore it
remember.
after Hall.
No. And did you know the Predators did that this year? They retired Pekka's number, Pekka Rinne.
Oh yeah, they did that.
That's
Well,
too soon. That's too soon.
well, now the one that I don't think was too soon was Richter's. Now that's case by case.
Mike Richter?
Richter, huh?
Mike Richter?
Yeah. Right? The Rangers retiring his number was I'll read your comment in a second there, my friend. The Richter retired because of a medical ailment that could basically, has the opportunity to end his life very early, and to wait would not be right. And I understand that. But for some of these other guys, like Getzlaff, the Duck should not retire his number right away. Wait a few years.
I agree with you. Hey, I bet you guys don't hear a chirp, do you?
No, we don't. We haven't. You got it fixed?
I took care of it.
Yeah, okay. Well, see, you had me thinking it was my mic. You know what, Gina? I appreciate that. And you said you know some freelance writers. Maybe you could hook me up with them. Maybe they can help me get into freelance writing. I would really like to get more into that. And I do have a website called the stlfanreport.com, though I haven't done a lot of writing on it lately. There are some very, very... Oh, Lundqvist. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, it was Lundqvist. Okay, I was wrong. It was Lundqvist.
Yeah,
so thank you. Yeah. It's weird the Blackhawks didn't retire number 7 for Chelios. Chelios left on bad terms, I thought. Chelios left on a little bit of bad terms. And I also thought him going to Detroit didn't endear him to Blackhawk fans.
Yeah. I just thought of something, Guy. I don't know any freelance writers, but I am a guy named Lance who's written a few things.
Yeah, you have. You wrote a couple of stuff for me. I appreciate that. Oh, that's right. I know what happened. Yesterday, John Jay retired from baseball. Right? We wish you the best of luck, my friend. He's back with the organization. Well, I know his daughter is. Yep. No, it's not at Playoff Vegas. It's in St. Louis, Chris. Tomorrow's game is in St. Louis. That's a home game, right? You think the Red Wings will retire Zetterberg's number?
They should.
I don't think so.
I think they should.
I mean, it's a maybe. I think, for me, there's a few things that should have to happen before you retire somebody's number, right? First and foremost, I think that person needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I really do. However, there are stipulations to that. If it is like a player, someone who is an integral part of your organization for decades, right? I mean, not just as a player, as a coach and a scout and a, ambassador and all these other things, that makes sense, right? I think that they should play for a good 10 to 15 years, that in that minimum, before you should even consider retiring the number. And they should be in your record books. And I mean, they should be top 5 in 4 or 5 different record areas, games played, goals, points, assists, things like that, the things that matter. It should really be important. Now, caveats to that: player dies in season. Get it. Don't have an issue with that. Right. A player that has an illness or something like that, Lemieux, right? I get that. So there's some other things like that to me should go into whether or not you retire a number, and it should be a 5-year wait.
Yeah, right? I agree in most parts, and the reason I say Zetterberg should be in, I mean, at the age of 37, I'm looking at 2017-18 was his last season here. He had 56 points at 37 years old. At 34, he had 66 points. He played 15 years for the Red Wings. I think his number should be retired. Whether he belongs in the Hall of Fame is another story, because there's so many players that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame that scored a lot more points than he did. And I mentioned a couple the other night with Pierre Turgeon, and I can't even think of the other guy I mentioned, but I think he's a good player. And I would imagine, I think the Red Wings might retire his number, but like you said, Guy, I don't think it's going to be right now. It might be in a couple of years.
Yeah, I just think that there needs to be a little bit more. There needs to be something on that, right? I don't have a problem with retiring numbers. I don't. I like retired numbers. I think the Blues have numbers that should be retired that aren't, right? You want to say that you honored the number 7. Great. Stick that number back up in the rafters, right? Stick 7 in the rafters. If someone wants to wear it, that's fine, but put it in the rafters. 14. You honored 14. Where's the damn Wickenheiser? Where's the Wickenheiser wick? It's in a bar. Okay? That doesn't deserve to be in a bar. It deserves to be in the rafters. Right? People need to see that. Gary Unger. Should Gary Unger be retired? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. You want to add the other guys that played number 7 to that? Fine. I don't have an issue with it. However, what happened to Gary was not Gary's fault. He shouldn't be blamed for it, and it's got to end.
But I mean, if you're going to add those, then we should retire the number 38 for Dimitra because he did a lot while he was here.
Well, I don't have a problem honoring the number 38. I don't have a problem with that. Right? I do not have a problem with that. I don't have a problem. If you don't even have to retire it, honor it. But put it up in the rafters, right? A 38 Dimitra honored should be in the rafters, right? Don't have to retire it, but it needs to be up there, right? It really does. And we have guys that have played on this team that have been, just rocks and solid parts, and they've done things way beyond what they did on the ice. Kelly Chase is a prime example of that, right? Adam Oates won't be retired. He only played 3 years. I get that. But Adam Oates should be honored. His name should be honored.
Here's the way I look at it. Unger played 9 years for the Blues. Okay? He played in 1,000 games and had 800 points in his whole career. Yeah. So for the Blues, he played 9 years.
Yeah.
If you retire his number for longevity and what he meant to the team when he was there, you've got to retire Steen's number. And Steen does not deserve to have his number retired. Yeah, he was.
But you're not retiring. You're not retiring his number just for his points. You're retiring him. He has a career that's much more attached to that. This guy was the original Iron Man. That right there. He did something nobody else had done, and it took another, 10 years, 15 years before it got broke?
Can I ask you this question? What about Bouwmeester? He was an Iron Man at one time, leading the league in games played. Are the Blues going to retire his number?
No, he doesn't.
We just have to be very careful with this because the more we're honoring numbers, the more it sounds like we're Nashville.
Yeah, because it's like I said, I love Gary Unger, and he's a super nice guy. I think if you're going to do it and you do it because of reason of what they meant to the organization, then yes, retire Gary Unger's number 7 as Gary Unger. I think the Blues are kind of stepping up and not doing that because Tkachuk had a great career here and he wore number 7. There was a lot of good players that wore number 7. I think if Unger was the only one that wore 7 that meant that much to St. Louis, his number would be retired.
Well, they honored it with a mural that no one even knows where the mural is. I don't know where the mural is.
I can't find it when I go.
Because they moved it. They moved it or took it out when they remodeled.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And Gary, if you're watching, I love you as a player, and you meant a lot to the city. And if they're going to retire it because of that, that would be great.
I wouldn't have an issue with that.
I wouldn't either. No.
Right? No, I wouldn't. I would not. They retired. They honored the number 7 with 4 players, and I don't remember all 4 players. I know Tkachuk was one.
Tkachuk, Mullen, Unger, and who was the other number 7? Oh, dang it!
I just heard the beep. I just heard the chirp.
Not here. Nope.
Okay. I heard it. Maybe it is my mic. I don't know. But I know I've heard it when I wasn't talking too, so I don't know if it's my mic or not. Shark need to retire Olin Nolan's number. I don't know if the Sharks need to retire anybody's number. They were talking about Daryl Kyle a little bit, how the Blues have honored him with a DK in the circle, and I get that. Daryl Kyle was a little bit Patrick Maroon wore 7 in St. Louis, yeah, but that was he wore it for what, 1 year? He was here 1 year. Right, that's it. 1 year. He was here 1 year.
It was Tkachuk, Unger, Mullen, and Berenson.
Berenson.
Okay.
I thought Berenson wore 6. No, that was Larry Patey. Larry Patey wore 6.
wore 6, yeah.
Red Berenson wore 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Red Berenson is probably the next big Blue that we lose.
Probably.
Right? Maroon was only here for a year. Now, see, Berenson for his career deserves a retired number. Is he in the Hall of Fame? I don't think so.
I thought he was. I thought they put him in there in the late 80s, early 90s. Let me check.
Yeah. I got my stick signed by Unger being young and dumb. I broke it playing pond hockey. I have something signed by Unger that is it's pretty special. Right?
Berenson's a member of the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame, but it's because of his NCAA stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, Guy, if the Cards can honor DK, the Blues could certainly honor Dimitra. Oh, I agree with that. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, but Daryl Kyle only played a few years here. Dimitra played more than a couple years here.
Yeah.
You see, the thing with Daryl Kyle, wasn't he a current member playing with the Cardinals when he died?
Yeah.
That's why he was honored. Dimitra was long gone, playing in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, playing in the
that's
KHL,
kind of why.
Well, Dimitra, and here's the other thing: Dimitra did not have an amicable split with the Blues.
No, he was upset. He was upset.
Right? That was not an amicable split.
Nope.
When the Blues said that they weren't going to re-sign him, he was very, very upset.
They didn't even make him an offer.
Yeah, they didn't even make him an offer. They just told him that they wouldn't. Oh, that's pretty cool, Wendy. I hope you do get it signed.
Oh,
I
awesome.
hope you do get it signed.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Dimitra went to arbitration with the Blues a couple of times. Now, this was back during the Lowry years, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep.
Was this the Lowry years?
I'm almost positive.
Okay. And Stillman bought the team after the Lowrys, right?
Oh, yes.
No, I mean, he was the one that bought them from the Lowrys. Was that correct? Or was there one other owner in there before that?
I thought it was a Lowry's, was it Kitchen Lowry? Not Kitchen. Was it Checkett's Lowry's or Lowry's Checkett's? I think it was Lowry's Checkett's.
No, it might have been Checkett's was after the Lowrys.
Yeah, so it was Lowry's, then the Checkett's.
Checkett's, and then Stillman brought it from Checkett's. Hey, I know Gary. I know Gary personally. So you know what? My cast, when I broke my arm, right? I really didn't let anybody sign it because I didn't get into that. I'm sitting there at the rink with Gary, and Gary asked me, "Do you want me to sign your cast?"
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm like, abso-freaking-lutely, and he signs it and puts Iron Man on it, and that, I would have never.
I think what it
I
comes
never
down,
expected that.
Okay.
Say again.
I think what it comes down to is this: there are players that mean a lot to an organization that were great for the city, great for the team. They still love the team. There's those type of players that deserve to have their number retired. Then those guys that were elite, top players in the league during their years, they were here 10, 15 years. And those are the guys that get their number retired. And then sometimes you find they both come together. They meant a lot to the team. And I'm not taking anything away from Gary. Gary was a very good player. And like Guy said, he had that Iron Man lead for a long, long time. It wasn't broke for 25, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was about 15. I think it was about 15.
It was a long time. So if somebody said we want to retire the number 7 for Gary Unger, I wouldn't have a bit of problem because in my mind, I love Keith Tkachuk. And if the Tkachuks are out there watching, I love you all 3 of you guys. But I would rather retire under Unger than Tkachuk.
I'm with that. And the thing that I've said, now here's the thing with Unger, right? Unger did not leave St. Louis amicably, right? And it wasn't by choice. It really wasn't by choice. And I talked to him about this, so I'm not putting in on anything that's, was not discussed between me and Gary publicly. Publicly. when Gessoff's family, his widow, sued Gary and the Blues, that kind of put some things off, and it caused some strife in the locker room. The Blues felt that it might be best to move on from Gary because they didn't want this lawsuit to hang over them. Well, that's why they traded Gary. Now, Gary would have stayed in St. Louis. He did not think the lawsuit, as far as he was concerned, the lawsuit was just the lawsuit. It was more for his insurance, right? He had insurance on the farm.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he said that. He said it.
Yeah.
I had insurance on the farm.
But the Blues, with the whole situation, they thought it would be best if he went somewhere else because they didn't want that shadow over them. And he went to Edmonton. He got to play with some good players.
Oh, no, actually, he went to the Flames first.
That's right. And then he played for Edmonton. You're right.
Then he played for Edmonton. Yeah. But the time that he was in Atlanta changed his life. Right? I mean, it changed his life. Gary found, you know, and I'm not a religious person. You guys all know this. But Gary found religion through the Atlanta Flames and some of the players there, and he talks about it on my show. And you know, I've been around him. He is he's a religious man.
Yeah, he doesn't just say it. He
did. He did die on the farm, right? Now they did not. I don't think they pronounced him dead until they got him to the hospital, but he was not
until he got to the hospital.
Yeah, but he was not.
Yeah.
The accident was on the farm.
Yeah, but one thing you're saying about him being religious, you know, you hear people say, well, I'm religious. You know, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Baptist, whatever. Gary doesn't just say it. He proves it by what he does every day. He does so much for his community up there with foundations and other things. And Guy can speak to that, but there's a lot more to that man than just hockey.
Oh yeah. And I don't, God, I wish I would stop this freaking stuttering. I look at Gary as one of those guys that I want to. Number 3 is already retired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gassoff.
Oh, he wants an opinion on retiring 3. I thought it was the right thing to do. Right? I've met Bobby Getzoff Jr. Right? And I've talked to him and Tammy, I think that was part of. Now I could be wrong, but I know that I know that I have had numerous discussions. I've had numerous discussions with Gary and with Bruce Affleck, right? And Bruce was with him. I'm under the understanding that it was, if not on the farm, very, very close to the farm. So it could have been. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to for a time. Oh my goodness. You see this shit?
Ryan, you're the best.
I don't see it.
Put up what Ryan said.
Guys, campfire stories going on. Where's the marshmallows? It's time for I'm crazy. Campfire. Guy, you've got a new thing. You can start doing creepy pastas under that name. Guys, Campfire Tales.
Yeah, I guess, you know, who knows. I'm just trying to have a good hockey show, man, and talk about what you guys want to talk about and keep things going. We got 13 people watching us. I mean, that's for an off day, that's pretty good numbers, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Even if they want to like change their name and give us a bunch of shit all night long.
Yeah, you know, Avalanche are beating the Predators 3-1. So that means the Preds could end up playing. The Preds could end up playing the Avalanche in the first round.
I hope so.
That's going to be a hell of a matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to write a matchup story, but I don't know if I'm going to write it for me or for Full Press. I might write it for Full Press because I think it'll get better reads to Full Press. But I may do that. I might not be the only one. Who knows? We'll see. Gio, my buddy, the artist. This is the artist guy. Remember, we had him on the show, right? George, how you doing, my friend?
Hello, George.
He played 4 years and was not a great player.
Who?
He's probably talking about Gassoff.
Gassoff wasn't great, but he was a pretty good player. He was better.
And he was a member of the Blues.
Yeah, he was
kind of like Daryl Kyle.
Yeah.
You know, it has more to do with him passing. Wow. So I remember reading an article and it was 5 numbers that shouldn't be retired, and 3 of them were Blues, right? They were let me see, they were Gessoff, Bobby, and one more, and I can't remember who the third one was. I want to say that the third one might have been Barclay, right? But I'm not sure. All right, but 3 of the 5 were Blues, if I remember right.
And this was written by somebody outside of St. Louis?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't listen to that stuff outside of St. Louis because those people are nuts. They don't know what a player meant to the community, how devastated everybody was when Dimitri passed away, how devastated. I was a kid. I remember when Bob Gassoff died. And I mean, that's how it imprinted on me. And he did a lot in the community, not necessarily charity wise, but everybody knew him. You know, and he loved St. Louis, and he was a big part of the team. No, he was not a superstar, but he was a very good player.
Oh, okay. Actually, it was 15 numbers. And let me see if I can find this now. It was written by the Sportster.com. Let me see. I'm bringing the article up now. It's the Sportster.com, and it's 15 NHL numbers that should have never been retired. And let me see. Number 15 was Glenn Wesley. Number 2 from the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 14 was Bobby Plager's number 5 with the Blues. 13 was Jan Yebre's number 7 with the Capitals. The Minnesota Wild number 1 for the Fans. I think those are cool, though. Peter Forsberg number 21 for the Avalanche. Barry Ashby's number 4 for the Philadelphia Flyers. Dale Hunter's number 32 for the Capitals. I don't know. Number 8 was Bob Gessoff. Say again?
They don't think Forsberg and Hunter's numbers need to be retired by their teams?
Hunter and
Dale Hunter was one of the top players in the league when he played.
Yeah.
And Forsberg was a beast. They better not say Brett Hall. I'm going to jump through the screen.
Bob Gessoff's number 3, right? Tim Horton number 2 for the Buffalo Sabres. I like those. I think those are cool.
Tim Horton was
Al
awesome.
Hamilton's number 3 for the Edmonton Oilers. Keith Magnuson's number 3 for the Blackhawks.
That's another guy that meant a lot to the city and a lot to the team. People don't get this.
Bill Torrey's number 93 for the Florida Panthers, and I think that he's like an announcer, right? Rick Lay's number 2 for the Hartford Whalers was 3. Bill Masterson's number 19 for the Minnesota North Stars, Dallas Stars. I don't, and then number 1 was Ray Bourque, 77 for Colorado. I can understand the 77 for Colorado a little bit.
Yeah, he didn't play there very long.
He only played 2 years there, but usually when a guy has that kind of career, and he has good times. So actually, maybe it was only those 2. I remember something. I thought I had read something where there was 3 of them, but this is the only article that I found that comes up like that. Actually, no, top NHL numbers. Bleacher Report. This might have been it.
And I want to say one thing. All you people out there that love Steen and Pietrangelo, in my opinion, and I'll get guys in Ashley's opinion, Steen's number does not need to be retired. He doesn't need a statue like some people think. And Pietrangelo, although he was a great player and a top 10 defenseman while he was here, never won a Norris, only got close a couple times, and it really wasn't as close as people think it was in the votes. No, Pietrangelo doesn't deserve a statue or his number retired. Now, maybe if he goes on and wins 2-3 cups with the Knights and adds to his legacy, maybe a number retired, but I just don't see it.
No, I think I'm okay. I'm okay with his number. Him not being retired or getting a statue. Actually, I'll say this. No, I could see Petro getting a statue, right?
Why?
And the only reason I can see Petro getting a statue is the cup.
Oh, don't say
and
it.
The statue would be of him lifting the cup and his face going, "Fuck yeah."
Please don't say because he was the captain of the first team to ever win the cup. Do you know how many captains on teams that won the cups that never won one before, whose numbers aren't retired? That's not a reason you give a guy a retired number. Is
How many
because
teams waited 52 years to win a cup?
doesn't matter. Was he here the whole 52 years? Did he go through all of that?
No, he wasn't.
So
Oh,
no,
my goodness,
no,
this is going to be fun.
no, because he was the captain of the first time he rose the cup. Okay, so what?
But you're not. The statue
Time
isn't.
out. Time out. It is the Bleacher Report that had Barkley, Bobby, and Bob, by the way.
Okay, so I did read one that had all three.
Yes, you did. But honestly, I just, there is no reason to give Petrangelo a statue. There's none. Steen either. I'm sorry. I know that they were part of a cup-winning team, but Petrangelo is still an active player, and he left. There's no reason to be talking about giving him a statue anytime in the near future. Steen, I would still give it another 10 years, and even then, he wasn't that productive for us when we went on the cup run. He was a physical body, but he really didn't produce much.
Oh wow! So they have this one has Bobby as a honorable mention, then it has Gessoff at 10, and then Barclay at 6. Nah, see, I don't. Why it was a mistake. Swear on Richard grave there will be no ill will toward the Plager brothers on this list. Yes, Barclay Plager served as a captain from 72 to 76 and played an essential role in Scotty Bowman's system before Bowman left, but Plager contributed more than that of a pre-Dallas Drake role and never averaged more than 0.49 points per game, except for 2 games he played in 76, 77. That's kind of that's not a good reason.
They don't understand what he meant to the team.
Yeah, there's more on that.
There's
right?
guys in the Hall of Fame that have 0.50 and under, points per game.
So back to what I was saying, right? The statue isn't for Petrangelo. The statue is for the cup, right? And it's a statue of him on one skate holding the cup up, going to the guys. Would be
Are the guys going to be there?
I would rather see Pareko holding the cup up with Layla kissing the cup than Petrangelo holding the cup. I'd rather see Bennington holding the cup up because he's still here and he was the integral role of getting the Blues to the playoffs. And, if you want to give him one, that's fine. Yeah, I just don't think he deserves one.
You know what's going to happen tonight? Calgary's going to screw us.
Probably.
This game's going to go into overtime. They're going to win it in overtime, and freaking Minnesota's going to get that point they need.
They're going to get that point, yep.
Right? Calgary's going to screw us.
Well,
absolutely screw us.
Yep. Thanks, Matthew.
Right? Yeah. I would argue Backus was a better captain than Petro.
I would second that argument.
I would tell you this: Backus was more of a leader in the locker room than Petrangelo was.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I think, you know what? For me, that picture of Petro on the ice with Ben sitting on him and his glove in Petro's face doesn't go away. Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Oh, there we go. Please, Wild, get to no, Wendy.
Come on, Wendy.
We were rooting for you yesterday.
Yeah, we've been picking up for you.
All right. Blackus led us out of the dark ages. Okay, that's fair enough. You know what? Let's come up with this for Saturday show since we don't have a game or anything on Saturday. Our Hall of Shame.
Now, is that H-A-L-L or H-U-L-L? Hall or Hall? It's a joke, guy. Did you say Hall of Fame or Hall of Fame?
I said shame.
Okay.
S-H-A-M-E.
Yeah.
Yes, but he was trying to see if you said H-A-L-L or H-U-L-L.
Of course I said Hall. H-A-L-L. A Hall of Shame. Come up with 10 players, coaches, or owners that you think should be in the Blues Hall of Shame?
Easily number one is Mike Keenan.
Actually, he's not my number one.
He's
Right?
mine. He's mine because he drove Gretzky away. Gretzky would have retired here if not for Mike
Yes.
Keenan.
Not only Gretzky, Fuhr would have retired here.
The contract was there. They had already agreed on terms, and Keenan said one thing, and I know what it is, and I'm not going to say it. And Gretzky said, "All right, goodbye."
He basically went into the GM's office and tore the contract up. Says, "I'm out of here."
Mhm.
Right, and that was bad.
To the greatest player to ever play the game. And another thing, he never played on the penalty kill. Gretzky didn't. And he gets to there, and this is a guy in his mid-30s, and Keenan's putting him on the penalty kill. Use him in offensive situations. I mean, I talked to Brett. Brett's still upset about the way Keenan treated Gretzky.
Yeah, Brett has actually taken a softer stance on Keenan in recent years. He was on Keenan's show and he talked about it a little bit, but I don't know how much of that was
For the show.
Is
for
that
the show.
Is that when he's drunk and had a
No,
few?
he
or
was
when he's
sober.
not
He
drunk?
was sober.
Because I've talked to him when he had a few.
Yeah. Actually, so Keenan would actually be about number 3 for me.
That's fair.
I have 2 that are top, that are above that.
One of them is Ornest.
No,
Not
not
really?
Ornest. No. Ralston Purina is one of them,
Okay.
right? And the Lowrys are one of them,
Yeah.
right? For me, I mean, you can look at what Keenan did. For
I
me,
gotta go,
it
guys.
goes more.
All right,
I look
bye.
more at owners, screaming dog or screaming kid, one of the two.
I think it was a combo.
Yeah, I look at owners. I mean, players so much as very few players are well, okay. Yeah, there's one player that I will put on that list. Right, that's one player I will absolutely put on that list. However, at the same time, I find Army for that a lot more than anybody else. Right?
Miller told him at that time the trade was made. Yes, I'll come here, but right now I have no plans of re-signing in St. Louis.
Yeah,
And
I don't wanna
Armstrong
be here.
knew that. Armstrong knew that.
Then why trade? I mean, there was this. We had a duo that had won the Masterson Trophy, or not the Masterson. Excuse me, won the trophy for the least amount of goals given up, in a season. Why are you going to sit there and break them up? And not only that, Halleck, both of them are still in the league. Elliott and Halleck are still in the damn league.
Halak, I think that year, if they would have stuck with Halak, the Blues would have went further in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they would have too.
Yep.
Right? I think they want to win too. I don't think that they get blown out. Who blew us out that season? I don't think it was Chicago.
Chicago, we won the first 2 games and lost the next 4. Ryan Miller was in goal.
Oh, was that Chicago?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. So thank you, Tammy. That everything you need to hear right there, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I think that Elliott and Fiala could have, or Elliott Fiala, Elliott and
Halak.
yeah, I think it's 2-1 now, guys. By the way, Calgary's going to screw us. Nope, still 1-1. I thought there was another goal there, but it looks like it's still 1-1. They're not showing the score yet, and I don't have it up on anything. Oh, Wendy, you're going to get me. Yeah, it's still 1-1. Wow, the Wild have only taken 15 shots. Come on, Calgary. Come on, just one goal. One freaking goal. That's all we asked for. 2 goals. Right? Gretzky is one of those players you did not need to coach. Keenan couldn't accept that. The fact that he wanted to control him and I'm not sure what he's saying there. Tick off Gretzky, maybe.
Mhm.
No, it wasn't just that. It was you had Gretzky and Hall on a line together. Oh my God! Right? You know what? And this is where I blame the GM. Well, at the time, the GM was Keenan,
Mhm.
but this is where I blame ownership. When Gretzky has an agreed contract with you, all he's got to do is put ink on it, and then he comes and tells you, "I'm not playing for Keenan." Fucking fire Keenan.
Fire Keenan. Who's
Right?
going to go? Keenan Or Gretzky. Well, I'm sorry, I'm taking Gretzky. over
Yeah,
Keenan any
buy
day of the week.
Keenan, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Mike Shannon was the owner then.
Yep. Yep.
Mike Shanahan. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the move. That's where I make that. I go no. Hold on. This is this is where you draw the line, right? You get rid of him, and then you say, okay, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a list of 10 guys. Give me 5 of them that you and normally I would disagree with this, right?
I would
Like
too.
normally I would absolutely like and you can call me out on this. Wendy can call me out on this, right? I said that when Kane said that, oh, I want to be in on decisions for this team moving forward. I was like, okay, my first decision is you're out of here.
A different situation.
Different situation. You're talking about the greatest player in the league with the greatest goal scorer, the pure goal scorer in the league, right? On the same line, there's something that transcends that.
I got to see Gretzky's first game in St. Louis, and the crowd went nuts. And if you watch them in the playoffs that year, they looked like they'd played with each other, kind of like Oates and Hall did.
They were starting to get to that point. Yeah, they were.
Can you imagine another off-season training camp with them too? I think Hall could have scored 80 goals again.
I think Hall could have hit 100.
I mean, it's just sad. I mean, what other city has a tell like that? I mean, did Pittsburgh get rid of Lemieux? No.
Yeah.
Did I know Yager's been around a long time.
Yeah.
But you don't get rid of one of the top player to ever play the game. He's so good, guys, and people keep telling me he's not the best. If you just take him on assist alone, he still blows everybody out of the water on just assist.
Yeah. If he never scored a goal, he'd still be leading the league in points by like
That's
200.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wendy, I get how big, I get it. I get your fascination with Patrick Kane. I don't think he's the greatest player in team history.
I don't think so either.
Right. I think you have a few others that have eclipsed him. Now, look, I know he brought 3 cups and all this other stuff, but I just look at Kane and I'm sorry, I see Kane as a me first player.
He is.
Right. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just my blues hood.
Yeah.
Right. But and Wendy, I said you can call me out. Yeah. I said you can call me out, right? I did say that.
I think Kane's a very good player. If he didn't have his some issues, I'd say a lot about him. But my favorite Blackhawks player, when I look back through all the time, is Stan Mikita. When I think of the Blackhawks, I don't think of Patrick Kane. When I think of the Blackhawks, I think of Stan Mikita, Denny Savard, and all those guys that played in the 80s.
Yeah, Chelios.
Chelios. They Savard just tore the Blues up. Denny Savard Wilson. They just tore the Blues up. But I think Kane's in the top 10, top 15 of all-time Blackhawks. But I'll take Mikita and Savard over him any day.
Right, and then I'll take Belfour over him.
Yeah.
Right, I'll take Belfour over him. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Oh my goodness.
I would have put.
He blamed 99 for that overtime goal in Detroit because he turned the puck over to Yzerman. He should have blamed the goalie for letting the goal in from the blue line. And Dale, I have said this time and time again. Casey was not into the play, right? That's why Yzerman takes that shot. No player, one on none. I mean, with a clean shot to the net is going to fire the puck from there, unless the goalie's not in the play. Casey wasn't in the play. He didn't have his head in it. Casey stays in the play. Yzerman may still score, but Casey might have a chance to stop it. Yeah, I agree with that one there, Patrick.
You know who I blame?
Who?
I blame Nick Kyprios because he took out Fuhr. He took out Fuhr, and Fuhr will tell you, I don't think he meant to injure me, but he did mean to hit me and take me out of the play.
Yeah,
because if Fuhr's in net, I don't think that series against Detroit goes as far. And nothing against John Casey. And you know what Fuhr told me? He goes, You know what? I told him I'd be back in the game. He goes, I skated.
Yeah.
I got off the ice and I thought I'd be back in the game.
Back in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
He
a
didn't
tough
think-
player. That's what a tough player he was.
Oh yeah. He did not want the surgery. He wanted to get
No,
back and play.
Yeah. Yeah. He tore both of them, the front and back ligaments.
Yeah. He still wanted to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Kupiros did not try and hurt him. He did
No.
try and
He did try to hit him.
and fall on him.
Yeah.
though,
Yeah. He did.
right, and take him out of the play. And my goodness. Oh my goodness, what a show today. Take care of Layla there. Ashley Leia Felon was bleeding, so we'll take care. She'll take care of her, and we'll have her on tomorrow for the show. Guys, thanks so much today. I needed it. Thank you for cheering me up a little bit and making me not feel so useless and like a failure like I do feel. But hey, thanks for staying on the show, Lance. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, guy, one of the main reasons I came on, I wasn't feeling good. And I knew you were having a bad day. So I came on to try to get your juices flowing, talking hockey, and had a great time. Thanks for having me. And everybody, I'll have that podcast out tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure you share it. We'll try and listen to it. And, we'll see what happens tomorrow, guys. There's 9-10 left. Let's go, Calgary.
Yep.
This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, for Lance and Scott, saying aloha mahalo, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Blue Note Fan Report.